My Minecraft world looks pretty boring. I mean, I do have a massive farming village and a castle, but they could do with some work. Which is why today in Hardcore Minecraft we're focusing on a building type episode, adding lots of detail throughout my Minecraft world. Starting off with and there we go, a nice looking tower. And credits to Whip for the inspiration of this build, but now it's time to move on to stage 2 of the world transformation. And now stage 2 of our plan is actually biome enhancement, where I want to change the look around the river. Because, well, at the minute the river looks pretty boring. Although there is a thunderstorm going on, I did want to show off this area, and I'm really proud of what it looks like now with all the mud around. I think it just looks amazing. But, as seems like a tradition in these episodes now, it's time for me to go to sleep as we're on day 399, and wake up on day 400. And we're getting very close to day 500. And now that we have reached day 400, make sure to subscribe as I make a map every 100 days, so we can see what the progress is like in the world. So make sure to subscribe so you can see what the world will eventually look like. And there we go, I added in some custom trees and I honestly think they look pretty good. And throwing shaders on and looking at these trees, I'm really proud of these and I think these look awesome along the riverside. And although I'm nowhere near done with the riverbank area, I want to move on to stage 3, which is planning out the path, so I have a rough plan of what to build next. Let's collect some coarse dirt. And now that we have loads of coarse dirt, it's time to map out the paths. And although it's looking a bit plain, I still think the path looks pretty good for now. Obviously it's going to go up further this way because I've got a plan of a build I want to do later on in this episode. But I also want to extend the village down here and even make some market stands over there. And after a bit of time I did some more work and added 4 market stands, a well and some custom trees, and I'm pretty proud of this area. But there is still lots more room for loads more market stands which I can add now. Now a lot of time has passed at this point and I've added in 4 new market stands and even this nice wagon here carrying loads of different goods. And I've now got a little area planned out for a little flower field, so it's time to do that now. And there we go, here's a nice peony field. And here's what it looked like at the beginning of the episode, here it is now. But we still have a lot of work to do. And there we go, I've added in this little rocky bridge over to the other side of the island, so we can do some work here and add some more market stands. And now I'm flying to a mangrove swamp as I need lots more mud. But now that I've added more detail around the riverside on this side of the island, it's time for me to add in a path and plan out where the markets are going to be. So I'm definitely being a bit impatient, but I've got this map in my house for the longest time, and I just want to update it to see what the village actually looks like now. And if I put it in my offhand, I guess, and we fly, and yeah, it definitely looks much different than it did before. We can see all the markets on it. But we've still got lots more to do, including adding loads more fields on this side of the farming village. And now I've added in this little dandelion field, and I think it looks pretty cool. But I now need to visit the Enderman farm, as my shovel's definitely seen better days. So, as well as adding little market stands around here, I also have an idea to build up a couple of mud huts. So let's try that now. And there we go, the first mud hut is done, and I think I'm going to add another one here. There we go, 2 mud houses, and I decided with this one to vary the height so it's a bit taller so it doesn't look all the same. But it's now time to become the farmer llama, as we need to plant a beetroot field. And there we go, the beetroot field is now built up, and as I was waiting for more beetroot to grow so I could continue planting it, I also added in a cornflower field over here. On a quick side note, I'm just exploring this lush cave to get loads of moss, and look at it, it looks incredible. As you can see here, we have massive space still to fill with things, and I first thought we could build a castle, but as we did that in the last episode, why not build a massive ruined castle instead? So as an example of what one part of a castle might look like, here we go, I've added a little tower as if it was the entrance towards the castle. A lot more time has passed at this point, and I've added in a couple more towers and some large spikes, and even some crumbled down walls and boulders. And a while later, I've added in way more ruined towers and walls and some more spikes, and even loads more custom trees and some wheat, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And although there is definitely room for improvement, I'm really happy with how the whole world has turned out. And although there are definitely parts which could use some improvement, I will probably do that off camera or on live streams. But there we go, I spent 50 in-game days and over 4 real-life days working on this project and fully transforming my Minecraft world. But as there is lots of room for improvement in this area, I will definitely be returning here soon. But now that we are on day 450 of this hardcore adventure, I can officially say my farming village is complete, as long as we don't look at the back.
Bruh.